Do you ever find yourself reaching for a bag of chips or having some cookies, even though just a few minutes earlier you swore you weren't gonna have any? If you've ever asked yourself, why can't I stop craving carbs? You're not alone. But don't worry, today I'm sharing 5 science-backed strategies that will help you crush those cravings without sabotaging your health goals. Stick around until the end because you won't believe the last tip, and it might just change the way you think about your carb cravings forever. I'm Dr. Morgan Nolte, founder of 𝙏𝙈𝙈𝙀𝙈, where we help you lose weight, keep it off, and get healthy with a low insulin and inflammation lifestyle. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on tips that help you live a healthier, happier life. Now let's dive into those carb cravings and what you can do about them. First, let's talk about why carb cravings even happen in the first place. Cravings are your body's way of communicating, and when it comes to carbs, there are a few reasons why they might pop up. For one, you might be tired. Carbs are a quick source of energy, and if your energy or blood sugar levels drop, your body might want a quick fix that carbs provide. Stress can also trigger carb cravings because of the cortisol, or the stress hormone, that's released when you're stressed out. High cortisol has been shown to increase hunger and cravings for carbohydrate-rich foods. Plus, if you're not eating enough fiber, healthy fats, or protein with your meals, your blood sugar can spike and crash, leading to that familiar need for a carb boost afterwards. So grazing on pretzels, chips, candy, sweetened coffee creamers, and the like will actually just perpetuate more cravings for carbs. One hidden reason you might have carb cravings, though, is insulin resistance. Let me explain how it works and why it makes those carb cravings even harder to ignore. Insulin is a hormone that helps your body use glucose, or sugar, from the food you eat for energy. But in someone with insulin resistance, the body's cells don't respond the way they should to insulin. Instead, your pancreas has to pump out more and more insulin to get the job done and lower those blood sugars. And this leads to a couple of problems. First, glucose has a harder time getting into your cells. A classic example of this is someone with type 1 diabetes. A type 1 diabetic doesn't make any insulin on their own anymore. Before they start taking supplemental insulin, the classic sign of type 1 diabetes is that they're hungry and thirsty all the time, and they have dangerously high blood sugar levels. The energy is there in the blood, it just can't get into the cells because they don't make their own insulin to let it in. So they aren't insulin resistant. Again, they just don't have the insulin. But for someone who is insulin resistant, there can be that similar effect of available energy in the blood having a hard time getting into the cell and causing you to be hungrier and thirstier. Your cells essentially feel like they're starving because the energy can't get in as well when your cells are resistant to insulin, which is kind of the hormone that unlocks the cell to let the nutrients in. That causes your body to crave more carbs to get that quick energy boost, which can feel like an endless cycle of needing carbs, eating carbs, and then just needing more carbs again. And then second, and this is really interesting, when insulin levels rise, hunger increases and the perceived pleasantness of sweet tastes increases too. This is one reason why people report far fewer carb and sugar cravings on a low or very low carb diet that keeps blood sugar and insulin levels lower. Insulin resistance can be a vicious loop of carb cravings, insulin spikes, and hunger that can feel nearly impossible to break. But here's the good news. Breaking the cycle is possible. Reversing insulin resistance is possible. Let's dive into how you can break this cycle and tackle these cravings for good. Tip number 1 is to drink water. Hydrate. It sounds simple, right? But sometimes when you think you're craving carbs, your body might actually just be dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, your blood sugar levels may be higher too, leading to more insulin demand. But when you hydrate, you add volume to your blood and reduce the overall sugar concentration, lowering the need for insulin. Water plays a huge role in balancing your hunger and controlling those cravings. So before you reach for that slice of bread or pretzels or crackers, try drinking a glass of water. You might find that your cravings disappear or at least soften, and we recommend working your way to drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces of water a day. For a female who weighs 130 pounds, this would mean aiming for at least 65 ounces of water a day. I know if you're not drinking water right now, it might sound very hard, but it is possible. If you don't already, get a water bottle that you like, keep it full, and keep it around you all day, every day, as that visual stimulus to drink more water. Tip number 2 is to eat enough protein. If you're feeling carb cravings, it could mean that you're not eating enough protein. Protein helps keep you feel fuller for longer. It helps balance blood sugar and reduces those carb urges. So make sure you're getting at least 30 to 50 grams of high quality protein at each meal. Especially if you're feeling those cravings in the afternoon or evening, that could be a sign that you underate protein at breakfast and lunch. And if you really are having strong carb cravings, try having something high in protein instead, like Greek yogurt, a clean protein shake, hard-boiled egg, some jerky, string cheese, or a handful of nuts. Tip number 3 is to balance your meals. Now, this is a game changer when it comes to carb cravings. When your meals are unbalanced, think heavy on pasta, bread, or sugary foods, it can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling hungry again soon after you eat. That's when the carb cravings hit the most. So to keep those cravings in check, focus on balancing your meals with a good mix of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Protein helps keep you full. Healthy fats provide lasting energy, and fiber helps slow digestion and keeps you satisfied. For example, instead of a meal that's mostly carbs like pasta, try filling your plate with lean protein like chicken or beef, healthy fats like avocados or olives, and plenty of high fiber, low starch vegetables like broccoli or cauliflower. This combination will stabilize your blood sugar and keep you feeling satisfied longer, helping you avoid those carb cravings. Tip number 4 is to practice mindful eating. Sometimes carb cravings come when we're not really hungry. We're bored, we're stressed, we're distracted, we're craving something else. As you're eating, take moments to pause and breathe and eat slowly. That will help reduce your cravings after the meal. Pay attention to how the food tastes and how it makes you feel. Listen to your body's true hunger cues and stop when you're full. If carb cravings are really difficult for you at night, as they can be for me, use a stop eating system after dinner. We are, after all, creatures of habit. And one of the best ways to change a habit is to change the cues and the environment that trigger that habit. So for example, somebody trying to not drink should not go into a bar expecting that they're not going to have alcohol cravings. You're putting yourself in an environment and around people that actually trigger your craving for alcohol. An example from my own life was snacking after dinner while I was doing the dishes and putting food away. It often led to more eating than what I would like at dinner. So instead of doing the dishes and cleaning up right away, I find that if I clear my plate and then immediately make a cup of hot tea or go get a sparkling water and I brush my teeth, then have some quiet time after dinner to journal through any food cravings, or maybe go for a walk or read or just reflect on my day and plan the next, that by the time I return to the kitchen to do the dishes and clean up dinner, I don't really want to snack on the food anymore. I changed my cues and my environment. The taste on my tongue is different because I already brushed, and if the food is cold, it's just less appealing. When you're journaling through your cravings, I want you to ask yourself, what am I actually craving right now? Am I craving rest or love or connection? Because often carb cravings come from a desire to feel better emotionally, and you can't fill an emotional need with carbohydrates. And last but not least is tip number 5, which is to get moving. When you feel that carb craving hit, try going for a short walk or doing some gentle stretching. Moving helps lower cravings because often we want to eat to feel better or alleviate stress, right? Carbs cause your brain to release dopamine, which is a feel-good hormone, to help you ease those tense emotions, at least temporarily, right? Light, gentle movement like walking or stretching helps to lower cortisol levels, raise endorphins, boost your mood, and gives you more energy without feeling like you need to get the energy or mood boost from carbs. One of my other favorite things to do aside from moving my body is to change my state. So go taking a hot bath or shower really helps to reset me mentally so that I'm relaxed and not looking for that relaxation or that mood boost from the food or the carbohydrates. Now that you know the top 5 ways to beat those carb cravings, I want to hear from you. Type yes in the comments if you've ever struggled with carb cravings or if you thought one of these tips was helpful. And if you did, let me know which one you're going to try first. And if you want more in-depth guidance on healthy eating and the best foods to eat to lower inflammation and insulin resistance, check out our free Ultimate Food Guide linked in the description below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips every week. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one next about healthy dessert substitutes for lower blood sugar. You don't have to give up all the sweets to follow a low-carb lifestyle. These can help satisfy your carb cravings without the blood sugar or insulin spike. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video.